Well, apparently Stonewall Jackson didn't get the memo that it's really cold outside and the best thing to do is huddle down for the winter, but instead, he's on the move. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny, and I am freezing, Prospector, because winter hit.
Yeah,
at least in Indiana, it is cold.
Yeah, that cold wind blew through. Brought I think we had 20 degree drop or something overnight. But yeah, it is in the teens, and yeah, huddle up, boys, because it's gonna be a long one probably.
It looks like it. But you know who's not huddling up, Johnny? That's Confederate General Stonewall Jackson, who on January 3rd decides to move his troops north from Winchester, Virginia, to engage in a few skirmishes around West Virginia near Bath. So his idea, instead of going south for the winter where it's warm, we're going north.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that now would be a perfect time for a campaign in Florida, perhaps. Alabama, maybe, the Bay Area, but no, we're gonna bring it up into the north. Bring your southern boys into the north, into
the mountains of West Virginia.
Winters. That's the mountains of Western Virginia too. At that, good God! All right, well,
we'll see how the plan.
Good luck.
Good luck. His goal here is to actually break up the Baltimore-Ohio Railroad and to destroy dams along the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. Destructive goal here is what he's doing, more than an actual military campaign to take territory. Right. He's just destroying stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of why we have that whole you can arrest people at the on the roads and causeways and by the railroad stations and
by arrest I think you mean shoot
on sight.
On sight. I don't think it's not a lot of arresting going on with it.
But yeah, it's because we got thugs like Stonewall Jackson coming up north and destroying or trying to destroy. Has he been successful in any destruction as of yet? Or
on the 4th of January, Johnny, he is going to be able to take the city of Bath itself.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's
a little
great.
Successful at this whole destroying things or taking stuff.
At least taking stuff, yeah. And then I would imagine destroying on their way out if they have to leave,
on their way out.
If they're smart at all.
Yeah, and while all this is going on, Lincoln is going to request, what the hell is going on out in Kentucky, General Buell? I told you a month ago to move down into Tennessee. We had a plan. You agreed to that plan, and why aren't you moving? And apparently General Buell's response is, I don't like the plan, so I'm just not going to do it. So
I'm sorry. There's a hierarchy in the military, correct?
Yeah, that would be.
And you're supposed to obey the commands of your superior officer. And now, is the president near the top on that?
Yeah, I believe he's the tippy top, Johnny. He is the commander in chief. Yeah, he's the
maybe you want to get your ass down into Tennessee, there, bud.
Yeah, well, he's not moving as of yet. On the 5th of January, Johnny, Jackson is going to pursue federal troops withdrawing from the city of Bath across the Potomac and into Hancock, Maryland. Oh. So he's not going to get into Hancock, Maryland, but he's pursuing the Union troops to Hancock, Maryland. Okay. Jackson is going to set up on the opposite bank in Virginia across from Hancock, and he's going to start bombarding the city for the next 2 days. But the city holds out. They don't surrender. They don't give up any more territory. They don't let Confederates into the state of Maryland itself. But
sounds like a bit like they're kind of daring the Confederates to try to cross that river.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
Come on, you'll be fine.
And Jackson's not wanting to cross that bit cold.
The Potomac didn't General Washington cross that?
That's Delaware. That was Delaware, Johnny.
The Delaware?
Delaware, yeah.
Damn it. I've heard of the Potomac from somewhere, so I figured I'd take a shot.
Take a shot. You missed. Just like all the skirmishes we've had. Just a lot of missed shots. Yeah, there you go.
Can't hit the Potomac.
On the 6th of January, Lincoln is going to meet with McClellan after his bout with allegedly typhoid fever, although I'm a little suspect that McClellan had typhoid fever, because usually when you have typhoid fever, you don't.
You die a little bit?
Yeah, you die a little bit.
A little bit of death involved. Yeah, I think he might have had some coward fever, maybe, or
I'm okay with that. Maybe just an upset tum-tum.
A little bit of the winter blues, maybe. I don't know.
A little bit of a runny nose and thought.
But he's feeling better. He's feeling better. Meeting with Lincoln again. Is he going to start doing some shit?
Lincoln does ask him, hey, can you or Buell move at all? Is that possible? And as of right now, the answer is not. No, it's cold. I don't want to move. It's cold.
I can't. I mean, hard to blame him.
Hard to blame for that. Yeah, that's true.
It is cold.
We did wait a little bit too long.
But they would be moving
south
warmer.
where it's warmer. Yeah, it's warmer.
Yeah, so get out of the cold. Get yourself a nice little, 50, 60-degree day down south.
Down south. Yep. On the 7th, Jackson is going to get bored with the whole Hancock, Maryland not surrendering thing. So he's going to move due west into the mountains to try to attack Romney, Western Virginia. So, okay, we'll see how that goes.
Western Virginia mountains in the winter. Okay.
Yeah,
I've had it, but I mean,
good luck. At this point, I don't even think we need to defend or try to fight back. It's just like, well, just
all he's doing is he's just setting up and then just firing in the direction of these cities anyway, right? Like,
yeah, he's not really doing much of anything.
Hey,
else.
he took one.
But
take the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing else much. So we'll see what happens.
See what happens. Buell does start to move a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean he gets himself into a skirmish in Paintsville, Kentucky. So still not in Tennessee. And by moving, it's more like I'm going to take a shot at those guys in that general direction so that Lincoln can get off my back. I'm trying to move, but there are guys over there. So
there's people in the way.
People in the way.
That seems like a bad excuse. Also, get to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Just get there. Just maybe at least do the Stonewall Jackson thing and shoot across the border into Tennessee. Maybe.
Yeah, at least that. Yeah, right.
You don't even have to get into it. At least be shooting into
that general direction, right? On the 8th, we finally have some good news this week for Union boys as they're going to rout a Confederate camp at Roan's Tan Yard and on Silver Creek. So the Roan's Tan Yard on Silver Creek, a very ye olden day name because how often you come across tan yards. But hey, yeah, we took it. It's our tan yard.
Yeah, we can now more often because we own one.
We can make leather gloves. Look at that.
How
right?
about that?
Yeah, which are coming in super handy. My hands aren't completely frozen, although they're still pretty darn cold. There's also some skirmishing that's going to continue in the Western Virginia area due to Stonewall Jackson's crap, and some more skirmishing down in Paintsville, Kentucky, because we got to try to pretend like we're doing something.
Yep. And once you start shooting, eventually you'll get a couple shots back.
Right, and while all this is going on, Traitor President Davis is going to write the governors of Kentucky and Missouri asking them to send troops to the Confederacy because they seceded, but they didn't secede. And they're a part of the Confederacy, but not really.
They all voted not to, and then their senators went down and
the senators
to do it anyway.
Yeah,
it turns out Kentucky. They all said, yeah, it's fine. It's pretty much yours. Yeah. And so now he's asking for troops.
Troops, yeah, from states that didn't secede.
Yeah, you want to know what? I say we look for volunteers. Find out who in the state wants to go down and fight for the Confederacy for their state senators, and then throw them in the jails.
Or just that's
right. That's what we're doing now.
We got that free.
I'm still not quite comfortable with that.
Yeah, but Lincoln said it's okay, so it's fine. It's fine.
It's just so much more permanent than arresting. And
you can't take that. Yeah, you can't take that bullet back, I guess. Johnny, this week is going to finally come to an end on January 9th when Lincoln is going to meet with McClellan again, informing him that both generals in the West, Buell and Halleck, so Buell in Kentucky and Halleck in Missouri, they have failed to give a date as to when they're going to actually move against the Confederates in their position.
You said we're not gonna.
And so, can McClellan please get them moving and get them to give Lincoln a date as to when this is. I think Lincoln might be okay if he said we got to wait till spring. So May 1st we're going to move. Even that I think Lincoln might be okay with, but right now they're not even responding to that. They're just like, meh, ignore it.
Yeah, it's got to be making Lincoln feel like he has a bad plan.
Yeah, if we ignore the boss long enough, he'll go away, right? I think that's kind of where they're thinking. I don't know what.
It seems to be, but then okay, so what's their plan? What are they gonna do?
Actually,
come up with a counter plan. Do they have a counter plan?
So I don't know if they're encouraging this from Grant or not, but U.S. Grant's going to do his own thing, where he's going to stage his army in Cairo, Illinois, to actually assault the Confederate positions in Columbus, Kentucky. So he's preparing his army to actually move down into Columbus, Kentucky. So.
And this is Ulysses
Grant. Ulysses S. Grant. Yes.
I mean, come on. What a name.
This is going to go over really well, but we'll have to wait.
It's got to because of his name. I mean, come on. Like, he at least has a plan. He's trying something.
He's trying something. He's like, I'm going to get my army together. We're going to go down the river.
Southern
and we're
territory
attack,
or nearly.
Yeah, we're
Southern.
going to attack Columbus, Kentucky, where the Confederates crossed it. Yeah, well, they can cross and they took over, Columbus a couple months ago. But he's going to try to liberate Columbus. But
Good for him.
We're going to have to wait till next week to see how that plays out because as of this week, he's just preparing his troops to move. So hopefully they move.
Best of luck, United States Grant.
Yeah, best of luck, U.S. Grant. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy Civil War in Hindsight, check out Historic Hindsight, where we talk about all kinds of other crazy historical things like why samurai swords are bullshit and how to open up a champagne bottle with a bayonet.